fight. Never quit, do it right. Play the game, win it life. Have no shame, there's no time. Feel the pain, live the grind. I could change, in my mind. Pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win at life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, it's the world honestly burning. That's all I'm learning, hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man. I started to do. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of bluff, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I started to go. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad,
Yeah.
baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life. Who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. And yesterday, I think, was a banger. I really enjoyed having an interview with Crypto Billy, that 101. I think it was fire. I had a lot of fun with it. It was cool to do something a little bit different. Let me know in the chat if you guys actually enjoy that, and we will try to incorporate a little bit more of that. I see that you did say, hey, be a little selective, and don't worry, I will be selective. It won't be randos, but you know, I'll work on that. I'll see if I can get another big player in the space, and we'll let you know. We'll let you know. So let's get over the chat. Let's give some shout outs here. I see a bunch of you in here already getting the chat flowing. I'd love to see it. Of course, Jesse Good Looks in here. What's up, my dude? Alex O Crypto, letting them otters flow. My dude, what is up with you? I was watching him earlier over on Tom Crown's Discord. He does, man, Alex O is everywhere, man. He's in Chart Prime.
He does his own Discord. He's over at Tom's Discord. He is absolutely everywhere, crushing it. Props to him. Username, he's in the chat. You know, he's getting the rib emojis flowing. My dude, of course, the rib chat. If you guys are new here, you better get used to it because this is officially the home of the rib chat. And we got Maybay Band-Aid. He said, evening, what up? What up? How you doing? Jay Violet's in the house. Hello. Crypto Hele. Early today, my man. Welcome, welcome. All right. Who we got else? Oh, who else? We got All Set in here. What is up to you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Scrolling down. K Diggity. No doubt. He said, we're going long today. Refreshing. Yeah, man, you know how they roll. It actually, oh, that percentage is coming down. We're at 54% long right now. We might have a little run here for a short. Let's see what happens. That's probably, I would guess, because the price is coming down a little bit. And we'll talk about that when we get to the charts, man. We're hitting we're near some key levels, we'll say. So we'll talk about that here in a bit. All right, scrolling down a little bit more here. We got Crypto Princess in the house. How are you? Good to see you. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the chat. Doesn't mean you haven't been here, but good to see you. Love having you here. Max H is in here. What is up to you? Base meme coins are the future. All right. Fair enough, man. Scrolling. Who else we got in here? I think, oh, of course, Wix Wife Fine 89, our moderator. Better act right. She's got the wrench. She'll beat you with it. All right, scrolling down here a little bit more. I think that is it. All right. I always vote short because I'm a rebel. There you go. I like it. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I do it too. I'll get in there. And I was just like, yeah, we need a short for someone's gotta vote short. Someone's gotta do it. But man, we're 50-50 right now. Let's go ahead and look at a quick little market update, and then we'll get over to the daily DJing, and we'll get this going. We'll see. Let's see how many votes do we have going right now? 14 votes. Yeah, that ain't too many. All right, let's get over to the market update. Here we go. All right, total market cap is currently sitting at 3.14 trillion. That's down 0.97%. 24-hour trading volume is at 108 billion. That is up 16.82%. And we did have a lot of volatility in the market today, so not surprising to see a big jump in volume. Bitcoin dominance currently at 60.23%. That is up 0.5%. Bitcoin dominance, man, is just kind of running away. I would say it's just not alt season yet. You know, there's a split on which way this dominance is going to go. There's a lot of people of the mindset that it's going to go up 65, 66%. We shall see. I mean, you know, the sentiment right now around crypto seems to be pretty low, and I really just think that is based on people's exposure to altcoins right now. Unfortunately, if you're not Bitcoin heavy, it's probably not looking the greatest, depending on what you're in. So, all right, looking at fear and greed index, that is currently at 37. So that is fear. Bitcoin's at 95.2, so it's coming down. I think it was just at about 95.4 when I was starting the show. Ethereum's at 26.665. So 26.65. There you go. All right. So over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is down 0.42%. Nothing too crazy. Ethereum's down 1.94%. And yeah, it's nothing, it hasn't been too crazy. I mean, Bitcoin went down, I think to about, it was like 93 and some change earlier today, but it has recovered pretty well. So it hasn't been too crazy. There was a little bit of, I don't know, we'll say maybe a little bit of a liquidity grab, but it still hasn't really gone down. Liquidity has built up actually at an even lower level than we were looking at before. So if we do look at the charts, or when we look at the charts, you will see I did have the line there for my start of the liquidity level. It literally just tapped it and then it just went right back up. It trapped a lot of shorts though. So I was watching Jason Casper earlier, and one of the things that he was looking at was the order flow. And a lot of shorts came in, like hundreds of millions of dollars of shorts came in, and instantly the price went right back up. So it came down to, you know, a nice little level where there was some liquidity sitting. And, you know, it was an area where, you know, it made a lot of sense to kind of be like that starting point of where you would, you know, be interested in a buy order. And dude, it trapped a lot of shorts in there. So not completely surprised to see that bounce at all, giving that information. But yeah, just something to kind of build put that in your toolbox. It's another thing that you guys can look at the order flow and understand, what's coming in. And it was really interesting too, because there was a nice support level, horizontal level of support. Once it broke that level of support, it was like people were trading a breakout, and then shorts just came flowing in. So I don't know, something to keep an eye on. All right, let's get over to the daily DJing. You guys not know how we roll here. And man, I don't even think I have that one on my wait, I got you. I got you. I got to get it over to there it is. All right. Let's take a look-see here at Blowfin. That is the exchange we use here on the show. And we are going to find ourselves a coin. Let's see here. Let's scroll down. I can see that it is all jacked up right now in terms of where my screen's at. Oh, good. I'll fix that here in a minute. But let's find a coin, and then I'll fix that. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. You guys can't even see it. That's all right. What has held up? Swarm. Swarm is up 14% right now. Let me see what you guys are. You're 53% long, so we need to find something you guys can go long on. I don't want to find something that's down 20% right now, and there's a lot of that out there. Swarm's up. What else is up? Let's see here. The's up. Scrolling down a little bit more. ACT, don't know too much about that. That's up about 2%. Grass. All right, that sounds ridiculous enough. Oof, nope, not gonna do that. I can see right now it's at resistance. We'll find something that makes more sense for you guys. Screw it, let's just go with what's pumping right now. Swarm it is. That also doesn't look like an area I'd really want to take along, but it is what you guys voted for. We are 56% long right now. I'm ending the poll. You guys aren't sneaking it in like you usually do. I get to the end of the show, there's like 30 freaking votes, and I'm like, you guys just kept voting. All right, let's put this in here. Let's go 50. And let's go 20x because we want to make it to the end of the show. That would be dope. Market. All right, that is officially in there. Cool. So we have a 20x long on Swarm right now, and we'll come back and look in the show, or look at the end of the show. You guys know how it works. We do the daily DGen. You guys, as the audience members, get an opportunity to vote, and we don't really do any TA on it. I think tomorrow, though, one of the things I want to do, I think I want to battle you guys. I think that's how I'm going to mix it up tomorrow. I think I am going well, we'll see. I mean, because if we align, then we align. But if we don't, if I think it makes more sense to go the opposite direction, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out tomorrow. You guys will probably beat me. That's how it works. Let me go ahead and fix the screen here. It looks redonkulous. It's because I was doing the interview yesterday. So let me configure real quick here. I can copy this over to here. And then I'm going to copy, because you guys will lose your minds if you don't have your FUD segment. You need that siren. All right, now we're good. Go back to the interview. Sweet, we're all set up. And let's go ahead and see how that looks. Of course, it looks redonkulous. Why is it doing this? It's all right. I got you guys. I'm going to figure this out. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we're back in business. That was driving me nuts. I get OCD moments here sometimes. Let's look in the chat here, see who's popping in here. I think I just saw LBC. Yep, there he is. My dude. He said I said short. Hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, oh, great. That's even more bananas. I was trying to just scroll down. I don't know why that went down. Yeah, it's already down 11%, off to a swimming start. Looking good, looking good. All right. What up to Andrea? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat here. When are you gonna rug us, TradeFly? What do you mean? What do you mean? When am I gonna rug you? I don't have any tokens. I don't have any coins. I'm not pushing any of that crap. I don't know. I might inverse trade you guys. I ain't rugging anybody. I love y'all too much. That's stupid. All right. What's up, Trade Intuition? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well with you. Said it would help if we know what coin the trade would be on. We are blindly saying long or short. Yeah, I get it, Joe. It's why it's called a DGen segment. Like it's not something we're doing TA on. That's the whole idea. Is you're just throwing a dart at the wall, bro, and that's see if it plays out. It's meant to be no TA. So hope you guys understand that. But yeah, if you want to make it a competition where you guys are doing some TA, I just don't think the audience is going to want to do any TA. I think they rather just say I'm completely bullish all the time. So all good, man. All right, Piper, what's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you. See if I missed anyone. Jay Violet, I don't know if I said what's up to you. If I didn't, what is up? Hope all is well with you. And Retro Mike Tech, he says short virtual. You've been saying that for a minute. Long everything else. You are not about virtuals and you are not about cash. That is for darn sure. All right, let's get over to the news and we will then get to where you guys want to go. I know the TA is what you're really here. All right. Just in, users began receiving FTX refund payments on Kraken Exchange. So I want to talk about this a little bit because I saw a lot of like crazy content where people are saying, oh, this is bullish. Everyone's getting their money back from FTX. I need you guys to step back and think about it like a logical person, not a person that's still investing in crypto, but a person that's been waiting to get their money back for more than a year and is scared to death of crypto because that's what happened to a lot of people, right? They're getting their money back and they're just like so happy to get that money back. You think they're going to throw it right back into crypto? That's just silly. I mean, I don't know. For me, I didn't see what was so bullish about it. Like, yes, it's great news on a personal level that people are getting their money back. I'm super excited for them. But from a bullish standpoint for crypto to have a huge impact on price action, I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. Like it didn't register for me. Like I was completely inverse of that. But anyways, next thing you got up, Solana's DEX trading volume remains the highest among all chains despite an increase in negative sentiment. So there you go. Solana, still at 3 billion in terms of volume. I know there's a lot of talk about whether that's real volume or not. That's cool, man. But what I'm getting at here is don't get completely fudded out of Solana. And Solana's getting down a really nice level, to be honest, and we're going to look at that on the chart today. It did bounce literally right off of that level. So we've talked about the level before. It was about 162. I had it marked on the charts for you guys. That is where we got to bounce. I don't know that it's going to hold, obviously, because it's in a very big downtrend, right? Or I don't even know if we'll call this a downtrend, but it's saying it's fallen a lot, and it's fallen a lot quickly. It was as high as 260, and that wasn't that long ago. And now we're sitting at about 169, I think was the last time I looked at it. But what I'm getting at is people are still using Solana. People are still going to build on Solana. I know that there's some negative connotation to it, but, I wouldn't say get fudded out of your positions with Solana if you're holding bags from, some really low numbers, right? Solana not that long ago was, so we were sitting 10, $11. I think it went down as low as 8, so it still works. So that's all I'll say about that. All right. That being said, let's get over to our next segment. You know what we got to do. We're going to go ahead and sound the siren. All right, everything's in different places for me last night because of that interview, but we are still making it happen. All right, breaking. Total U.S. household debt jumped to $93 billion in Q4 2024. So from $93 billion in 2024 to $18 trillion. What? Hold on. No, it jumped. Okay, it jumped to $93 billion. It wasn't at $93 billion. It jumped $93 billion to a record $18 trillion. Household debt has risen by a whopping 3.9 trillion over the last 5 years. The biggest increase was seen in credit card debt, which hit 1.21 trillion, an all-time high. Mortgage and auto debt both rose by 11 billion to a record 12.61 trillion and 1.66 trillion respectively. Furthermore, student loans jumped by 9 billion to an all-time high of 1.62 trillion. Americans are still fighting inflation with debt. So there you go, debt-based economy. I mean, the pros and cons of that, right? If you're savvy with money and you know how to use debt to your advantage, there can be advantages because, right, you basically are using money that's not yours to acquire other assets that then can increase in value, and then you just keep the pattern going, right? You just continue to go through the cycle and continue to acquire different assets that keep gaining value at a higher rate than what you borrowed at. So there's pros and cons. There's also a lot of tax loopholes, we'll say, when it comes to that utilization of money, especially if you start creating S corps and LLCs. There's a lot of tricks to the trade that the wealthy use, especially with real estate and having a company. And there's some things you can do, but the problem is, I would say the vast majority of people are using credit for just credit cards to pay for everyday expenses, to pay for, things that they want in life. And the other issue is that our society has turned into a very consumer-based society, especially Americans, right? We consume a lot, and we have to have the nice iPhone, we got to have the nice TV, we got to have the nice car. We've also, I would say in a sense, it's very keeping up with the Jones at times. There's a lot of people out there that put themselves in bad positions and put themselves in debt, to have a certain look and, a certain lifestyle, and it may not really fit their budget is really what it comes down to. So, I have conversations with my wife all the time, and she's like, I don't understand. Like, how are they doing that? And, we're, talking, I'm like, they're not living within their means. And that's really what it comes down to. They're probably not saving, and it's all up to you and how you want to live, and how much you want to save and put aside for your kids and things of that nature. But I'm a very much live within my means kind of guy. Like, if you guys have seen my little setup here, it's not Gucci. I promise you, it is not Gucci. I got cheap lights. I got a cheap camera, and I try to balance, what I'm trying to achieve here. But I also try to do that at, a reasonable price. So that being said, like our cars and things like that, I had a hard cutoff for cars for a long time that I didn't pay more than $300 a month for an auto loan. I did that for a very, very long time. I would say into my mid 30s. Mid 30s, I did not pay more than $300 for a loan. So that was like my hard like cutoff, and that was just a little way that I stayed within my means. And then being in California is crazy, like that in itself is like there's so many additional costs and taxes that kind of crush me. But at the same time, timing is everything, right? I got into my house at a good time, and now I have a lot of equity, right? And giving the way our society works, I can take loans out against that equity if I really wanted to, and buy additional properties and buy other assets. And so that's kind of those ways that you can kind of like tweak this debt-based system and kind of use it to your advantage. But the issue is, there's you think about the housing market too. And we've had this discussion on the morning show, and I think people are getting into homes now that are more than kind of with a recommended, allotment is every month. So like, there was at one point, I can't remember what the percentage was. They were like, hey, keep your mortgage to like X percentage, and everything else, would be, for whatever, insurance, expenses you have basically on a monthly basis, your power, whatever the case may be. I think people are getting into homes now because the homes prices are so high and the interest rates are so high that they're kind of forced into paying more than really what they can afford, because they don't have like an oh poop fund. Like if things go wrong, if things happen, like they're underwater instantly, underwater. Like what happens if you have a big repair on your home, like and you have to replace the roof? Like, is it there or you just put it on a credit card? So those are a lot of things that I think that are piling up on the American people, honestly. And you have inflation, right? So like homes are expensive, cars have gone up, insurance has gone up, inflation has gone up, interest rates are up, like everything is so damn expensive. And I would say most people's pay has not increased at that rate of everything else, right? Everything else has just become really, really expensive, but I don't think people are making as much or much more to really supplement that. Now I know in some places like California, uh the pay has gone up a little bit in terms of like the base, but not. I don't know. I I don't know, man. I think it's crazy. I think it's out of control, to be honest with you. And I don't know how we really fix this. I think it's going to take something ugly, and there's probably going to be a crash of a market of some sort, circa 2008, before we start seeing things come back into a little bit more of a feasible position. But we'll see. I mean, most people argue, hey, inflation just continues forever, and that could be reality. But I don't know that we can keep up. So. All right, doom and gloom. That was great. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Sorry to bring down the mood. If you can't buy it, you can't afford it. Yeah, dude. I mean, I get it. Like, there's some things that make sense. Um, like I said, there's ways to kind of work around it. I don't know that cash is always the 100% answer, but because like think about like I have properties, right? I bought some properties. And I mean, I guess in essence, I can afford it, but I really can't. Like I wasn't gonna just fork over one of them. I paid cash, but the other one, like I got two properties, very close time frames. One of them, like I got a loan, like, and I put a down payment on it, and I got a loan, like, but I wouldn't have been able to get my second property, with, just cash. So yeah, in essence, I took on debt, but that being said, like it is net positive every month from month 2, month 3. Obviously that doesn't incorporate the down payment, right? And I understand how that works, but in terms of my ROI and all of that, like I've already got equity in the property and someone else is paying the mortgage, you know? So, and really in the eyes of an accountant or somebody that's looking at it, then it's not, it's an asset. So there's kind of things that make sense in my mind, but driving these Gucci cars, Lambos and McLarens and all that, where you got a $1,200 insurance payment on top of a $3,000 loan is banana land. It's bananas. That's why those things get repoed. All right. I always have an escape fund. Yeah, that's smart, man. Like I'm always sitting on capital. I'm always sitting on capital and I always have assets or I have money that's liquid, right? So there's always an out, but yeah. That's why you're going to be the 51st. Oh man. Yeah, dude. Hey, a house in the mountain, I'm down for it, bro. I'm down for it. There ain't no doubt about it. All right, let's go over the market update. That was like doom and gloom. Let's get over to that here. Finding my way through my stream deck. All right, it's pretty red out there. Not looking great. Maker's up 9.4%, Litecoin's up 6.4%, OM's up 4.1%. Everything else is pretty much red. Up TRX is green. There you go. Everything else is pretty red. Jupe's getting hit pretty hard. There's been some negative news around Jupe, so not real surprised to see it down 12.2%. Sands down 9.9%. Who else is getting hit? Telcoin is down 9.7. Who else? Anything else over 9%? Not so much. Not so much. Ray's down 11.4%. There you go. So, I mean, it's not looking great out. A lot of people are getting hit pretty hard. Anywhere between 3 and 8% seems to be the average of most of these coins to the negative side. All right. Something just beeped like crazy. I don't know what that was. There we go. All right, over to the liquidation heat map. Let me refresh this. There you go. It's already started to move. So looking at the liquidation heat map, this is on the 3-day here. So this is what I was talking about. So we had liquidity right here, and we talked about this area. It was actually, I think, a little bit higher. I want to say is what I think it's like 93.4 or somewhere around there, is where we had liquidity marked on the chart. But look at how it's getting hot down here. And so it's giving me a little pause, right? Like, because if you're looking at the trend, it's getting more volatile as we go to the right. It was just a crazy trend down and right. I saw that. Remember, I said it scares me. It scares me because it's so smooth on its way down. It's just trending down. Period. And then we got some volatility bounced around a little bit. You see liquidities up here, really hot up here around 97.5, 90, yeah, about 97.5. But you know, to me, this would make a lot of sense in terms of grabbing this before it goes back up and chases this. That's so, and it could leave this liquidity. It already grabbed, the liquidity that I was looking at, but just seeing the trend as it's trending down and right, it would make sense. It would make sense to grab this, or maybe we see a push up and grab this liquidity before it comes back down. I'm not really 100% sure, but what I do look at is the trend. The trend right now is kind of showing you it's going towards the downside. So that's why, I'm kind of leaning towards this liquidity here. This liquidity is sitting at about 92.7 right now. And think about that. So 92.7 is lining up with a lot on the charts. And we're going to look at that right now. All right. So here you go. So remember, I was talking about this area. I was looking for some kind of like PO going around in this area. It was really just kind of a trend down. We didn't really get much of this. But my thought process kind of remains the same. So here you go. So at 93.4, there you go. That's where we had liquidity marked on the charts. That was a hot spot on the map. So we went ahead and marked that. We marked the liquidity that was sitting up here. I do think that liquidity has already gotten taken. I think we said 97.5 is the new zone. So let's go ahead and move that down. Look at that, man. That's the point. That's near the point of control. All right. I actually got to update the fixed range volume profile as well, though. So let me zoom out a little bit, see where the old dot is. I just saw it. Oh, doesn't want to play nice now. There it is. Cool. All right, so bringing that out, yeah, point of control doesn't look like it moved much. Right there where the liquidity is. So yeah, I would definitely be looking for some price action in that area. You also on the 8-hour have the dynamic reactor working its way down. So that's not great in terms of setups for us if we're looking for price action to the top side or working its way up. But it is good if you're looking for a short or you're looking for a trade. That would, as confluence kind of lines up there, that means you're likely to see some price action in that area. You got liquidity up there, you got the point of control, you got dynamic reactor working its way down. So you got a lot of things that are kind of on the top side here. And I didn't even move the actual liquidity line. Let me get rid of that. Let's just move this down. There you go. 97.5. Cool. So looking at that. So there's kind of your points. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not. I think I'm going to move that out. And what I had there is now I'm going to move down. All right. So now I'll be looking like for something like that. So I wouldn't take, if you see price action start working its way up, I wouldn't take a long once it gets up to this area, because I'm personally, I'll be looking for a rejection or a little bit of a pullback. Let's see, we can get rid of that as well. But if it does break out and it gets over top of it, then you just look for the OC retest. Look for the OC retest somewhere in about 97.5 or so. You could look for a continuation of trend at that point. And this is the previous week pivot at about 100K. Plus, we've talked about that. That's a psychological area, right? So you got two things there. And that would be a nice little move, really, if you're taking from the point of control up to that weekly pivot, about 2.6%. All right. So, a little bit of leverage wouldn't be a nice that would be a nice little move if you can catch that. But right now, I mean, I'm really just I don't know why I'm so fixated, you know, but this area is is prime for me right now. And look, now you have this legacy trend line working its way up as well. So now it's like this may actually intersect with everything on top of it. So we did get a nice bounce today. There's no arguments there. Nice bounce. Could have been an opportunity. If you were to just play, this liquidity area and just like, hey, I'm in on that. Unfortunately, that wasn't my play. All right. I had my limit order at 92.5. We've already talked about that. That remains open. 92.5, just so you guys can see it there. That's what I've kind of been waiting for. And I'm going to continue to wait for it. And if it doesn't come down there, it is what it is. I missed it, by $800 or so. All good. We'll look for the next setup. But for now, that's kind of what I'm keeping my eyes on, that area at about 92.5. And why? Why am I looking at that? Because this liquidity, the hotspot, has now kind of moved down to, did we get rid of it? I think we might have did I close it? There it is. All right. So 92.7. So that's the hotspot on the map now in terms of liquidity to the downside. So let's go ahead and adjust this. I can actually do it this way. We'll go 92.7. Cool. So now look what you got, right? So you got a lot of things lining up. You got this trend line here. We've been watching this trend line for quite some time. I'd say a couple months now. And you have liquidity, and you have our channel, and you have a trend line. That's a lot of confluence in one area. Maybe too good to be true. Maybe it's too good to be true. Maybe the maker's keeping his eye on me. But I mean, that for me is an area that I expect price action. There's a couple things are going to happen here. You might see a gnarly wick to the downside because it finally breaks down. And then we start getting over to CVO's area. He's been talking about a lot. We've been looking at this area for a long time too. That's the 0.382, and that's at about 86. All right. So we did a fib, on the macro quite some time ago. I think once we hit the all-time high, that actually lines up with CVO's quarterly pivot as well. So, there's a lot here going on. And I think there was some other confluence he had as well. Oh yeah, there's a horizontal, right? So that was something we were looking at. And that's just this range right here. Initially, when we broke in, we did kind of, test the low here, test the high, and then, ultimately took off. But, this built a little range for us to come back to. And we've talked about that at, the previous range we were in. And we stayed in that for what, 6 months? We did ultimately test this area here in the previous range. So let's go back and look at that so you can kind of see what I'm talking about right here. Actually, it's a little different of a setup. So a little bit different. But we came back and retested this area right here. This is what I'm talking about. We had that nice little bull flag there, but we had price action come back down and retest it. That was also where liquidity was sitting. Remember at 50K? We've talked about that a few times. But I wouldn't be surprised at all for it to come back and retest this range right here. So not at all. But I would be looking for a weekly close underneath of this area before. And when I say this area, about 92, 92.5, weekly close underneath of that. We'll change my tune a little bit. And that at that point, I will think 86 makes a lot of sense. So just want to give you some areas to kind of keep your eyes on in case price action does work its way down, into those areas. Where could we go if we do? And again, I gave you some top side targets as well. I don't think we're going to just pump through the moon and straight up to 100K. I don't think that makes a lot of sense right now, but there is still people buying, right? Understand that MicroStrategies, they just came up with another like $2 billion to buy more Bitcoin. All right. So understand there's still people buying. And, there was some other funds that I was reading about today. I'll tell you what, the one thing that I have been reading every single day is that these banks, these funds, these institutions, these countries are continuing to buy Bitcoin. Continuing to buy Bitcoin. Now, altcoins, not not reading too much about them. All right. Besides Ethereum, I do see a little bit about that with Trump and his goons. But Bitcoin is the consistent that I see every single day on either like Cointelegraph or Watcher Guru, any of those media outlets. It's like, hey, this institution or this place or that place is still buying Bitcoin every single day. And I think that's why you're seeing these extended ranges where these support levels are holding up. They're in the business of making money too, right? So when it comes down to these areas of support, don't think for a second that they're not looking at that. They're looking for opportunities just like you are. Just like you are. All right. Let's look at the chat here. Let's see what we got. And then you add kids and dogs and health insurance and a sudden crisis to pay for it. Dude, I know. It is crazy. It is crazy. No doubt about it. Let's see. Scrolling through. Crypto Billy in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you for being here. Thank you for being on the show yesterday. It was an honor, a pleasure, and it was a lot of fun, man. It's definitely cool to do something different. And hopefully we can do a little more of that here on the show. I think that'll be something we can do to kind of change it up a little bit, which will be really cool. All right, scrolling down a little bit more. I think that is about it. All right. So that is Bitcoin. Those are kind of the levels I'm looking at on Bitcoin right now. Let's see if there's anything we can do in short term. We got 20 minutes. Let's go down some smaller time frames. Look at the 15-minute. See if we can have any fun tonight. And the trend is down and right. There ain't no denying that. Let's see. Oscillators been over. Let's go to a little lower time frame. So we know what the trend is, right? So this is the one thing, like you're looking at some of these scalp opportunities here. You don't necessarily want to fight the trend. All right. So what would I be looking for right now? If I was going to do a scalp, I would be looking for a short. There's no doubt about it. All right. Because when you start looking at the 4-hour, what's the trend? Down and right. I mean, that's very, very clear. All right. And your dynamic reactor, like if you need like something to really help you determine what's the trend on some of these time frames, just use the dynamic reactor. Is it completely accurate all the time? No, like it's not, but it's a good starting point. And if you're struggling figuring out which way the trend is going, I mean, that's kind of what it's there for, right? So part of my strategy that I was working on, like it uses the dynamic reactor and then the oscillator, and it's basically like, hey, identify the trend. Okay, shorts only when it's purple, longs only when it's green. And that's one piece of the entry criteria. All right, so looking at this now, you do have this nice little level of support. You're at that level of support right now. So, that would be tough sell to take a short on that. Let me see. Let's go down to the 5-minute. See what we got going on here. So don't worry too much about the dynamic reactor when we get to the 5-minute. Looks like it's riding it up though. But it's retesting this area. And this area is pretty key. We've seen it, interact with about 95.1, 95.2 quite a few times. Look at how many times it's found support in that area. What you don't want it to do is flip it into resistance. Like it tried to get over it. Now we're retesting that area, and now it's a matter of figuring out, is this thing going to be a resistance, or are we going to find support again? So it's actually a nice little candle right there on the 5-minute. You got the oscillator working its way up, and it looks like it's trying to get over top of that area. So basically, if I was looking at a scalp right now, I would probably be more inclined to take a long position, but because I know that the trend is negative, I'm going to stay away from it. So I'm not going to mess with that. So again, I look at 4-hour, hourly, kind of see the trend. again, trend is a little bearish, more likely to, look for, or I would only be looking for a short right now. Now, if we get down to key levels, this is where the game changes a little bit. Okay. So understand that you can be very bearish. The trend is going down to a key level like this. It's different. All right. Now I'm looking for them to grab the liquidity, right? This is what this little hitch and this is showing you, hey, it gets below the level. I know liquidity's down here, grabs the liquidity, reestablishes in the range, look for that bullish candle, and then we take an entry up and right. That's kind of a different way, right? There's kind of two methods in me taking a position. Now, this one right here would be a higher capital, low leverage, right? This one right here would be lower capital, higher leverage. But again, I'd only be looking for a short just based on the trend right now. So little difference since, like Alex is pretty good. Like he can definitely trade against the trend at times. He's a little better at kind of, sniping some of those. I have found that for me personally, I'm just more effective and I lose less when I don't fight the trend. So that's my little thing personally, but everyone's got their own game. So, all right, not going to do that. Let's go ahead and look at Sol. So I do want to talk about Sol here. The reason I want to look at Sol is we've talked about this area right here. All right, it was 163. I said 162 earlier. It's 163. Very clear, ultra clear. When you draw the line, you draw the horizontal. And again, this was here because we've talked about it before. When you draw the horizontal, you see how important this area is at 163. Look at it. Both support and resistance. It's super clear. And there's a lot of interactions. There's both movements, strong movements to the downside and strong movements to the upside off of that area, which lets me know this is a very key level for Solana right now. And I know what you guys need. You need this. There it is. Yeah, Wix Wi-Fi 99. I got you. I just saw the chat. But yeah, this is a super important area for Sol right now. So keep an eye on that. It's already gotten its butt whooped coming down here. I mean, there can be arguments that you are trying to catch a fallen knife here with the Solana. So I would let it kind of settle out. All right, settle out. Let it retest. Look for that OC retest that it's actually going to hold up in that area. And then you want the oscillator to start working its way back up too. All right, so let's go to a little bit lower time frame. 8 hours too long. That's kind of looking good. Let's go to an hourly. There you go. So on the hourly, it's retesting already. And you can see the oscillator is working its way up. So it looks like it wants to hold. But the problem is it's so close to this area. And I still have a bit of a bias that Bitcoin might come down to, a little bit lower. So I don't know what that's really going to do to Solana. Let me see here. Let's go to the daily. So if it does come down, we got to find our next key level. So we did get a bounce at 190, right? Remember, we're looking at that level. I actually made a play on that with you guys live. And then it looks like we got a bounce here at 163. Or not a bounce. It's at least it's trying to hold up as support. We'll say that. I don't know if we're necessarily getting a bounce. But if we do, let's say it continues up, of course, we're going to look at 190 for that area that you're probably going to see resistance initially. So just giving you a top side target before I get into the lower side stuff. That's a nice 16% move. I take that all day. But again, I want to look for a little bit more confirmation here that we are going to hold this area. If it continues to fall, man, this could get ugly. This could get ugly. And really, look, you got a breakout, right? We talked about this too. This is a bearish pattern, right? We had this kind of marked, and we looked at some of the other cryptos, and we're like, hey, like this one doesn't look like the others. I do remember that. So like Bitcoin was actually, I think it's in a bullish pattern if I remember correctly, and Solana is in a bearish pattern because it diverged from the market. And now with bad news, it's had a pretty harsh fall. So looking at this in terms of downside action, just kind of looking. And sometimes I just take the line and just kind of look at like, all right, let's see how it interacted with that area. That could be your next leg down, about 140. It's just taking a horizontal, because like, so you start looking at the price action. You got to really pay attention to this. All right. And when you see these kind of areas that build up multiple times in kind of the same spot, look at this, over 140, under 140, over 140. All right, coming back left, a little bit under, but over 140, under 140. But you start seeing it, right? You start seeing it, how it interacts with key levels. So 140, I think, is your next kind of level down if it does break. So there's a couple ways that you can actually, approach this, and you can layer into it, here, layer in again at 140. And then I would move this up. This was just something I was looking at previously. That was a call that I had, but really that is there at 121. You lose 121 and things get weird. Things will definitely get weird, because then you're changing the structure of all of this. So keep an eye on that. Definitely keep an eye on that. Let me take this off of here. But we are keeping an eye on this area. Again, if it holds up, that could be a nice opportunity for you to get in some Solana. But again, Bitcoin's got to hold about 92.5. I'd keep an eye on that. But right now, it's not doomsday for Sol by any means. Structure's still there. When you zoom out and you look at it, that's not bad looking price action, especially when you get up to these high areas, right? You're losing the luster. Understand, you get into these areas up here, and buying Solana at $200 is not as appealing, as buying it when it was down here at $21. It's just the way it is, So people are trying to make gains, people are trying to invest, and they're seeing how they can, double their money. You're looking at Solana at $200, and you're like, well, for it to go to $400, it's never seen that. So it's going to be a long road ahead. So, that's just something you got to think about. Kind of the psychology of the market is something I'm always thinking about, and that's why I'll start finding plays, and I know not everyone's fans of Cardano or AVAX, but, those are more appealing to the average person, right? If you're looking at Cardano, which does have a strong ecosystem, that's, like 70 some cents. That's probably more appealing to the average person, just because they think they can make more gains. So, Gordon Sorensen, what's up? Hashtag givers gain. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Dang, yearly rejection. Solana has entered the chat. There you go. Yeah, man. I mean, definitely, I've been bullish on Solana for quite some time. It's a lot of negative press. I think it's mostly FUD. But, that being said, now we just kind of got to look at, some of these key levels. Let's go ahead and turn this one pink. Stanky panky. So yeah, I think those are a couple key levels for you guys to keep an eye on. And I would just, again, if you're adding your bags, if you don't do time based, you like layering into your positions with levels. Here you go. Here's a couple levels for you to look at. All right, it is 7:51. Let's bring something up. I'll let you guys drop something in the chat. Let me know. Something is going nuts. It must be an alert. I don't know what I'm getting alerted on, but it keeps going off. All right, see what you guys got in the chat. I'll hit up. I think I got time for one more. Dave Digital, what's up, man? What's up, bro? 22 likes. Man, we can do better. We can do better. I got, well, I don't know how many of you are actually on YouTube. I think it's 56 watching right now. How about music? Will that make you guys happier? There you go. A little bit of music. Did you guys drop an altcoin in the chat? I might just sit here and vibe out. You guys just watch me bob my head. Just do my own thing. Litecoin. All right. There we go. Let's do it. Let me know how the volume is on the music, if it's too loud. All right. Well, that looks a lot different than Solana, doesn't it? There you go. So we were looking at 100. That's definitely a psychological number, as well as a nice horizontal. Just looking back left on the chart, you can. I got a frown face breakdown. So there you go, man. I tell you what, this is something that lets me key in on a level. When you see a big breakdown with a retest in there, it lets me know it's key, and then it comes back over. I think we talked about this as well, but like sometimes I challenge you to do this on the chart, right? Price action's up here, everything's looking good. We get a breakdown, retest, and it shoots down. Mark it on your chart. This is easy to see, right? This is pretty easy. You know, you'll be somewhere in the range of 100, but psychologically, that's, you know, psychological numbers I tend to gravitate to. And then just watch how the price action plays out. Look, rejection, rejection, rejection. Cool. Now we're trying to establish the range over top of it. I mean, look, this has been a nice little move for Litecoin. Honestly, it looks better than a lot of the other cryptos right now. Not gonna lie to you. 4 hours looking all right. We had one little nice dip down there, but I think that was the whole market moving down. Gave you a nice opportunity there at 78 cents, but it quickly reestablished the range. So let's do a fixed range volume profile on that range specifically, because that is, you know, consolidating in a range. So this is a little bit easier. It's not, you know, trending down or up. So here we go, fixed range volume profile. Here's where you enter the range. Cool, boom. So right now you're getting right up to the value area high. And I don't know that I would necessarily look at a short on this. I know a lot of people, like they take the value area high and price breaks out, they look for that wick up, clear liquidity. But the trend is going up and right now for Litecoin. So I'd be very, very careful with trying to take a short on Litecoin. Very careful. Now, opportunities, if it does come back down to $100, you can see what it's been doing. All right, so this means if it comes down to $100, I'm thinking the market pulled back. All right, so market pulls back $100, that could be a nice opportunity for you on Litecoin. But again, looks pretty good. So value area high currently sitting at about 135-ish. Point of control is at 126. I mean, that's a tight squeeze between those two. So I wouldn't be getting too crazy about that. But again, you know, even value area low might be an opportunity if you see that again here in the near term for you to add to a position on Litecoin. But just looking at the this looks, yeah, it looks pretty bullish, man, right now. Let me zoom out to the daily. And even looking at this. So if you're looking, hey, where can it go? You can see that we got a trend going on right here. It would make a lot of sense if the market recovers, if we get a little push up, see this push up as well, up to about 155 in the short term. Looking at the oscillator, look at even that on the daily is working its way back up. 8 hour also trending down, but you can see it's like 45 degrees up right now. 4 hour looks good. Yeah, retesting that area again, and you're getting higher lows. So you're actually forming pressure, right? You see higher lows going into a horizontal level of resistance. You know, it's kind of like an ascending triangle, right? So those are bullish patterns in terms of breaking to the upside. I think it has an opportunity. All we need is a bounce from Bitcoin. So there you go. So what is 169? It's probably what you're thinking. Let me go back on the chart. I think that's just a horizontal. Yeah. If you're just looking at this price action where you had that breakdown, where you had support, and just kind of the median between all of this gook, 169 was just a horizontal level that I'm looking at. And you know, the longer it takes, you start building confluence too. Like if you start go up here, you get a rejection, back down to the value area high, you know, eventually these two areas line up and then you have confluence and you know, a stronger area of resistance. So you know, something for you to keep your eye on. But shoot, looking at the dynamic react on the daily looks good. 8 hours green, 4 hours green, hourly's got to be green, ain't no doubt about it. There it is. That just flipped green as well. So yeah, not looking bad. I mean, you could hit some resistance here, pogo around a little bit over the point of control, but I would say overall bullish, which is different than some of the other things we're looking at. What we got here? Looking at the chat, LTC trash. Oh man. Hey, I'm not saying whether the project's good or not, bro. I'm just looking at the charts. All right. We'll let you and Retro Mike handle that on what's trash or not. Retro Mike says LTC is king. All right, there you go. It's rare. LTC or Retro Mike Tech likes something. I love it. Nice. Alexander G, you heading out of here? Have a good night. Take it easy. All right. If y'all want to stick around, I'm gonna do one more. I ain't got nothing better to do with my life. I ain't that tired. I already worked out. So, what else did you put in there? Waves. Waves might come down another 4 hours. Trying to figure out waves. Are you talking about something on the chart? I'm drawing a blank right now, Jesse. What are you talking about, man? Looking in the chat right now. Talk to me, Jesse. Talk to me, Goose. What are you talking about? All right, well, I'll wait for you. Let's see. BNX. I don't know nothing about BNX, but I'll look at it. I don't even think that I have that on my chart, man. BNX. All right. Well, that popped. So that hasn't been around all that long on Binance. Let me, I just want to see on MEXC if it's got a little bit longer history, if it's even on MEXC. Nah. All right, let's just keep it on Binance. We'll look at it. All right. That's crazy, man. So it came down. I mean, it set a new low, and then it just absolutely ripped. I don't know much about BNX, man. Like, I don't know fundamentally why it would make a move like that. It's a it's a 400% move, dude. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I'm not gonna count all these, but it made from here to here 5 days. It made a 400% move. It's insane. That's super volatile, dude. Not a lot of history. Obviously, you can see where it started. The clear area of resistance right now, which with something that just moved 400%, I don't even know if that matters. Is at $1.70. Not saying it's going there. I don't know much about this, man. Looking at kind of where it had support and resistance. There you go, right there. That's at about $1.22. The scary thing about this, like, I can't be like, well, you know, look at these areas. You saw a big breakdown right here, but it blew through that. So you had a big breakdown and retested that area on the way up. So it honored it on the way up. Let's see. Retested it, broke down from that area. But, like, it had zero impact when the price went up. What I can see right now on the daily, oscillator's bent over. Let me see what the 8-hour, 4-hour saying. 8-hour doesn't look great on the oscillator. 4 hours get an opportunity to reset. Trending still down and right though. Dynamic reactor still working its way up. I mean, I don't know, man. I'd be careful with that. You might get that little Bart Simpson effect. Really big move. Goes horizontal, consolidates, and people sell off because they're taking all their profits. Depending on how many people are stuck. Let's just do a fixed range on the whole thing. Shoot. There we go. So you got the value high here around 74 cents. I don't know, man. Because if, like, you look from here to here, you're like, wow, that's just bearish AF, man. It just dumped. It dumped. It was in a downtrend for since September till this month. BNX. I'm about to look this up. Binary. Binary X old. Binary X. Why is there an old? Very manipulated project. Looking beautiful. Will dump soon. Yeah, so that scares me when there's an old and a new, that's for sure. Has migrated to a no contract address. $344 million market cap. I don't know. I mean, how many poop coins does Binance really have? It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know much about it, dude. I would say I'd be very, very careful if you're in it. Cool. But that's not something I'd play with. This is when people always ask me too to look at a token, is when it's had a big pump, right? You get these big pumps and then they're like, hey, look at this coin. I'm like, nah, dog. The odds are, like you said, it's probably gonna pull back, especially after a move like that. I'm just saying that's what the odds are. I can't predict, but I don't know enough about it. Point of control's all the way down here, 27 cents though, bro. Like, you look at that. I mean, you can see it kind of stay down this area for quite some time before it made a move up. Yeah, I don't know. That's not something I mess with, to be real with you. So, all right, what else we got here? All good, bro. What? Waves is thicker. TF. Harp, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. The tunes. I gotta add some music to this, actually. I downloaded some last night. Let me pull that in. Just on straight vibe. Gotta stick around if you want. Let's pull that in. Don't stream copyrighted music. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this one. Oh, that's loud. All right. Well, that changed the vibe. What was that at 10? All right. I gotta lower that down some more. I'm adjusting all these. All right, that's BNX. What else? Jesse, hit me up on X. Let me know what you're talking about. Waves is sticker. I don't know what you're talking about with the waves, man. Are you talking about on the indicator? Are you talking about like market cipher B? What are you talking about? TradeFly, if you want to check out futures, Nano Bitcoin, 15 minutes setting trap for a short at 96. If it breaks, I'm wrong. I'll wait for OC retest. What's the ticker on that? Give me the ticker, bro. See if I can type it in. Jessica keeps saying waves. Are you talking about it? Oh, waves USDT. All right. Jeez, dude. I didn't know what you were talking about, man. I had no idea. All right. Now, that's why I asked earlier if it was a token or not. All right. We'll look at waves and then and Nano Bitcoin futures Feb 2025. Just what's the... All right. We'll look at this first. Waves. Of course, that's not futures. Let's see, Nano. There we go. So Coinbase derivatives, huh? All right. All right, Jesse. I'll go to waves. I'll go to waves. Let me just look at this real quick. All right, 95.8. Bitcoin at right now, 95.6. Let me go back here. What do you... What's the next song? All right. All set. So let me go back. Setting a trap for a short and 96. If it breaks, wrong. Wait for OC retest. So you're looking at 96. Let's put a horizontal on that. And then start looking at some of the trends here. Trend is obviously down and right. That aligns. So I see what you're looking at here at about 96. But this isn't like, so if you're looking at a short for the retest, I see what you're looking at. It's logical. Let me look at the hourly, just see what the oscillator's doing. Oscillator's still working its way up on the hourly. Let's see, 15 minutes. Even that's starting to curve back up. Dynamic reactor on the 15 is right above it. That's tough. Let's go lower time frame. Give it a 5 minute. Yeah, that's kind of tough, man. It is a little bit of a waiting game. You are getting a retest. I mean, if you're looking at for a short right now, like I see what you're looking at. Your 4 hour, I mean, trend is down. You're getting a retest. I mean, if you're looking, it depends on the time frame you're kind of looking at. Are you scalping? Are you intraday? Like what are you looking at here? I think you said scalp. Check out future. Just sending a trap for a short. It breaks. I'm wrong. I'll wait for OC retest. Okay, so has a lot to kind of do with what you're looking to do here, man. That's tough. I'll be honest. I don't know if that's be one I'd be 100% comfortable with right now. That's not the setup I've really looked for here recently. Like one of the biggest ones that I like to look for are those liquidity sweeps. So let's look at liquidation heat map at 96. We'll kind of look at that and we'll kind of this is what the noise has been. Coin Inc. $420 Bitcoin moved, 350 Bitcoin moved, 500 Bitcoin moved. Looks like they're just moving around wallets though. Transferred from unknown wallet to Binance. All right, so from Bybit wallet to unknown wallet. So that would be assumed that they're taking it off the exchange. This one be assumed that they're putting it on the exchange. And this one is putting it on the exchange. So 850 some Bitcoin have been moved onto exchanges. So that's what it's trying to tell you minus that. So what so 450-ish. All right, let's look at some of the liquidity around 96. Let's go to a lower time frames. Look on a 12 hour. I just want to see. So your liquidity right now is on the smaller time frames to the upside. All set. Coming up to retest 96. Liquidity is up here. What I would wait for, if you're looking for a short, that's why you really got to look at things sometimes. There we go. Look for that liquidity sweep, man. So what I would be looking for is price action to come up, clear out the liquidity that's sitting up here, reestablish back underneath of 96. And once it comes back down into the range, then you look for that opportunity if you're looking for a short. Because you would be with the trend, so that's cool. But there's liquidity up here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see price action come up here and take that liquidity. And then if you see it come back down, I think that's your opportunity. Could be a play. Could be a play. All right. Cool. All right, Jesse. Wave. I got you, dog. Oh, we need more music. I gotta like keep up with this. Sorry if this is loud. All right, cool. I got ahead of that one. The next one though, not so much. Let's do another one. I know that song. I've heard it too many times. Okay. All right. Wave, wave, wave. Let's do this. And that's going to be under crypto. Jesse, you and all your random stuff, man. What exchange do you want it on, man? Bybit, KuCoin? We'll go Bybit. All right, just kind of going through, looking for any trends, see if it's any patterns, and then just identifying some key levels for you. All right, so I'm looking at areas of resistance, support, the obvious ones, right? You got two little wicks off of that showing you there was resistance here at 185. Got two wicks off of 192. That's kind of your range high. Let's do a fixed range volume profile. All right, cool. So now you see where your value area high is, your point of control of the range. I mean, it's looking pretty decent, Jesse. I mean, you consolidated here for a while. It's been in this range since February 12th. Oh, this is the 5 minute. Oh gosh, that's not gonna do you much good. This is the 5 minute, bro. My bad. I'm not usually on the 5 minute. Let's go back to the 4 hour. There we go. Cool. But still, the 5 minute, there's still actually, when you zoom out, still pretty key levels, to be honest with you. Look at that. It's amazing. Even when you zoom out, you still see, look at that right there, right here. And again, you see how there's like this blob of price action, blob, like you see it. Bottom, top, bottom. And then retest, take off. So actually, funny thing is, we identified a level on the 5 minute, and it's actually a key level for, you know, when you zoom out at about $1.57. So that's obviously your bottom area that you can look to, add to a bag, or if it comes down for whatever reason because the market dumps, you can look at that for maybe a limit order. You're fighting with resistance though right now, Jesse. I mean, that's clear as day. You saw it on the 5 minute, you see it on the 4 hour. So at this point, it's just a matter of if you have conviction, you think it's going to go through or not, or do you start taking some profit in that area? Depends on when you got in. Actually, on 984, I'm assuming up 984 on the daily. Not. All right. Yeah, man. So let's zoom out a little bit more. How do these levels play out? When you go back to the left, you can see that $1.92. Yeah, but that's a little bit of a range. Look at this one, man. The $1.57. Look at this. So you can see like it was resistance for quite some time there with price action. Comes over here, kind of hesitated, right? Because the market knew We've been here before, hesitated, and then dumped. So I really like the 157 level. Just looking at that, as I look more and more at this, what I don't like right now, just kind of the, we'll say midterm, shorter time frame looks great. Mid-time, mid-ish, we'll say, not the greatest, but Bitcoin looks this way too. So you can see right now, kind of trending down. I mean, there could be arguments like if you want to say, hey, you only need 2 hits right there, that we may be trying to break out. But as of right now, it's still a lower high when it comes down to it. Take that off of there. So right now, like you really want to get over top of this area right here. If you get over top of $1.92, then yeah, man. I mean, the door's open to start really seeing some movement. I tell you what, if it comes down to $1.57, man, if this is something you're into, could be an opportunity for you. And then we did a fixed range there. Let me see here. Breakout. Yeah, but it got under that range. We'll look at it. Doesn't hurt to do another fixed range and music. I'm almost out of music again. I'm gonna have to add some more. Cool. So I have a hard time saying this range right now because that's a little too much. I don't really like that, to be honest with you. Let's see here. Let's take a fib from top to bottom. There you go. So your 618 lines up right here with that high at about 219. So you could find some resistance. So if you get through this level, let's say you get an OC retest, could be an opportunity to take something that looks like this up to here, and then that could be an exit. And that's probably a nice move. It's probably a real nice move. Yeah. 8.68%. So that could be an opportunity for you there, Jesse, if that's something you're interested in. And then the other place I like is really $1.57. That's my two areas that I like. You're at resistance right now. Wouldn't be surprised at all, to see a rejection in that area. It struggled with that area before. And you had a breakdown. So overall, I don't know, man. Let's zoom out. Yeah, overall, when you zoom out, Jesse, this don't look all that great. I mean, not ideal. Not ideal, but I mean, it's been a nice move. It's more than doubled from the low in October. Or that's July, really. That's tough, Jess. There's money to be made, I think, trading with this. I just don't know if this is a long-term thing for you or not. Randy, what's up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat, man. Sorry, I'm going long tonight. I shouldn't even be on still, but I ain't got nothing better to do, honestly. So already see it curling down. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of volatility in here, bro. When you think you moved from $2.70 77 cents to less than $1 quick. I mean, that was December. So in 2 months, I don't know, man. It's a crazy move. Let me add some more music here. Got you guys. Keeping everyone up late. Just me doing my own thing. Downloads. All right. Let Let me lower the volume for you guys real quick so it doesn't blast your ears. Hey, and I got no promises any of this music's good. I just started clicking download on YouTube Music. I was just like, copyright free. So, okay. I think I know this one. I feel like I've heard this on other people's YouTubes. All right. Lower the volume. Oh, you know what we didn't check? We didn't check the daily DJing. Maybay Band-Aid. Just got back from Gainesville, so I'm tweaking on coffee. I get it. I get it. Swarm ain't looking good. So this is the daily DJing, Randy. I know you've caught the show a couple times, but we do this segment that basically I give the audience an opportunity to vote and just DJing into it. I use very low cap. I use like $2 realistically, but this one is getting crushed. Let's look at it though. Let's actually pull this up since we didn't really. Let's look up swarms. See where we think that's gonna go. I ain't worried about losing 70 cents. Swarm. So that's one thing that I've been meaning to talk to you guys about. Who's left, at least. See if someone's got a little bit longer. Hitmar, probably not. Maxi. Let's look at. I guess it's just a young project. All right, cool. So looking at swarms. Let's do a fib retracement on that. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Way up. Do a fixed range volume profile here, establish a range, getting a little consolidation, right? So you had big move up, big move down, little bounce. And then now it's starting to consolidate. And you can see on the daily time frame as the oscillator is starting to work its way up, it is building strength right now. So I don't know much about swarms. So that's half the issue. But in terms of, finding kind of the end of this move, this is kind of what you like to see. All right, consolidation. Now it looks like a higher low, right? So you got a little bounce there, higher low, strength coming in. Could get you a little move to the upside here. But you are getting up to the value area high of the range for swarm. Let's go down to 5-minute time frame. See what it's been doing here since it's gotten its butt whooped since we've been on the show. Yeah. There's a little opportunity for it to hold up. I mean, on the 5-minute right now, you can see like it is trying to work its way up. You can see a nice little trend going up here. Oh, next song. This is no fun having to click the next song every time, but it's where we're at. So you can see, yeah, pressure's kind of building up. Price action's working its way up. I think we just went long at the wrong time because I think it was up here when we took the daily degen. So now's the opportunity for a little bit of a bounce. Oof. Not pretty. Anyways. Who else we got on here? Buck, what's up, dude? You would take everyone else's viewers if you were better at trading, Randy. It's not fair for the ugly guys. Oh, gosh. Buck's a trip, man. Don't get me wrong. I would watch TradeFly in yoga pants. Oh my gosh. Here's something different, Buck. Silkies covered in barbecue sauce. Oh god. That sounds delicious. Dude, we used to rock Silkies all the time, man. Like, just to be clowns. And then they basically like banned them. Closing all these. They're like, y'all can't wear Silkies anymore. Kind of ruined the fun. Because you know we were acting a fool. Buck knows what we were doing. We weren't. We're being heathens. Running around. Oh, you know what I forgot? LBC. What time's he go live? I hope I'm not stepping on his show. Hey, what time? You guys know what? Buck, you know what time LBC goes live? They were scared of the sexy. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Ooh, Swarm is looking nasty. If that breaks, that little area right there, you might get a little dumpsy do on Swarm. All right. I'm going to go back to Old Faithful here. Let's see what Old Faithful's doing. 95.5. All right. So what is this? 5 minutes. So we got a nice little bounce off the dynamic reactor. So I guess it's looking like it wants to hold up. This was a key level before at about 90, 95.2, where you had a lot of support. Yeah, I actually took a play off of 95.2. I don't know, a few days ago. Man, you're like right in the heart of liquidity though, like in the middle of everything. So we talked about it a little bit earlier on the show for those who weren't here. You have liquidity sitting at about 97.5. That's kind of your real big hot spot right now. And then you have liquidity sitting down here. So we're still kind of in the middle of everything. The one thing I would say, pay attention to, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, but it's kind of what I was looking for is come down here and get this liquidity. Obviously, the lines didn't play out, but we are trending in the direction I was kind of anticipating. But this could all change. I mean, it's trending down and right if we get a little breakout here. I think we got to get over 97.5. That's just plain and simple. Get over 97.5, get the value area high, and then you might be able to take a flyer. And again, you would look for that OC retest. But it does look like this area at about 95.2 wants to hold up in the interim. Oh, music. And I got one of those crazy, like, it's funny. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but when it goes off, it sounds like a sound from Mario. 300 Bitcoin with a total of 28.4 mil transferred from unknown wallet to Binance. So that's 3 in a row now where we've seen, I think, 300, 400, and another 300 transferred from a wallet to an exchange. It's interesting. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check X. Look at, is it like Whale Watch or something? I don't know how accurate that is, but Nah, that's not the one I want. I haven't looked at this in so long. I just kind of given up on it, to be honest with you. Let's liquidate it. Through all liquidations. Whale alert. There we go. Oh man, these are all old. Not even new. Useless. Yeah, there you go. Swarms is getting a little bounce. That was kind of your line in the sand for swarms. I don't think there's any coming back for the old daily degen though. I think you guys are in the hole, man. 58%. Yeah. All good. Let me see what we got in here. Mike Play, what's up? Can you look at render? Yeah, I can look at render, man. We're just chilling. Chilling. Good night, Jesse. Take care, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. 10 p.m. So in about 20 minutes. All right, so I got to wrap it up in 20 minutes. Got it. That's what happens when you're traveling, man. Just bacheloring it up. No kids, no wife. I got nothing else to do. Let's go. I know I got render. Render, I'll tell you what, man. That one's my DCA portfolio. Render has not done well. I have to go back and look and when I started it, but renders has been my worst performing asset is render. So let's go to the daily. Yeah, look at that, man. So you can see when I was looking at render up here, yeah, dynamic reactor, golden pocket, looked like a great area. I was wrong. Yeah. 5 months later, render, dumpster, got it. So let's get this off of here because that's pretty much useless at this point. Horizontal, that's an easy one to see. Need another tune. Oh. Sorry, blasting your ears. I'm gonna have to start these tracks over soon. All right, so let's look at render. Your key spot right now, man. To be honest with you, right where it's at, you need this to hold. Because, I mean, you're going into uncharted territory. What is this? This is Blowfin. Actually, what I got, 6.7 and 4.1. Blowfin probably doesn't have a long enough history on it. Let me keep that. Binance. Tell you, Mexi usually has the best historicals, except for some of the legacy. Nope. All right, I just want to try one more. Well, let's see what this one looks like. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting some info. 2022. All right, let's do a fib on the macro. All right, so you're coming down to the platinum pocket. I mean, you do have a horizontal there at about 4.17, and look at that. I mean, you come all the way back left on the chart. That's an area you want to hold for sure. But it's not doomsday. You still have, again, the platinum pocket where you see there's buying pressure. You do see buying pressure in there. These wicks indicate that there's willing buyers here for render. And that starts at about $3.45. As well, it's coming back left here. And you see it right here, right? So let's go ahead and just mark that. Let me see here. Just do a horizontal. I like that. I like that area. Just looking at it right here, look, you see how you have both support and resistance and a breakdown? That for me indicates this area right here is important. And then you came back down, and what did you do as soon as you broke it? Came back to retest it. All right, so I think that's a pretty key level for a render, is at about a $3.52. If it comes back down there, could be an opportunity. If you get underneath of that, you get a close under it, or you see the OC retest on the bottom side of it, be very, very careful. All right, because then you could be seeing some big movement to the downside, potentially there for render. It's, you know, right now, I mean, I know it's been ugly for me personally. I think I'm down like 40% or something stupid on render, but obviously, you know, I bought higher up. So, and that's, you know, sometimes you get sucked into the price action. People are bullish on a project, you get behind it, and you get behind it for the fundamentals more so than you do for the charts. So looking at it right here though, it's still okay. I mean, it sucks to see it go from 12 to 4 like that. That hurts, but when you really start looking back at it, I mean, 2023, it was at 43 cents. So, I mean, if you got in there, you're looking at 1,000%, 938%. So looking at the chart, it's not doomsday yet, but you are not looking great. Are you setting up potentially for like a head and shoulder here? Maybe. Keep an eye on that. You know, we're here, and then do something here. And when I tell people sometimes when you're looking at this too, is what you don't want is for this shoulder to stay lower than this one. That's showing you weakness in the move, which makes it more likely to play out. So keep an eye on that. Again, you're at a nice little level, potentially for support. This area is probably the better, like, add to your bag, or more likely. I don't say more likely, but I would say I'd feel more confident at this level, just seeing that there's buying pressure. And you can see breakdown, you can see test for support and move up. So I like $3.50. We'll see, man. We'll see if it comes down there. But definitely that's a level like you can set an alert on, which I'm gonna do. Looking at this though, yeah, it's more music. Still a fixed range on this. I don't know why it's not coming up. It's weird. Try that again. Into the range. That's weird. Doesn't want to play nice right now. Trading view acting a fool. $7:05 a.m. Man, where you at? What's up to you, man? Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, market is moving, slowing. Yeah. Render hates me. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Render hasn't been nice to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. All good. My whole portfolio is wrong. Yeah, thankfully I don't have a lot in Render. Like I didn't go heavy into it, but I was DCAing into it for a minute. But yeah, it's just hasn't done well. Ondo's done well though. That's up 60%. TradeFly, next time we'll backtest Leapfrog V3. I'm having a blast and loving it. Are you talking about hold up. Why is this? I don't know why that's not working, but I got Leapfrog, man. All right, quarterly view up, monthly view up, weekly. I think something's going on with my charts right now, man. Stuff's not loading unless it's. Try 8 hour. Daily. Well, okay, Solana. Let's go back to render. Yeah. Trading view is that in a full right now. Anybody else having issues with trading view? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not loading. Yeah, I was so I was messing with Leapfrog a little bit, just seeing how it kind of lined up with some of the key levels. And it was lining up with some of like your pivot points. And it looks pretty good. I'm just still trying to figure it out, before I like bring it kind of live and incorporate using it at any point. I just don't want to like do any disservice to Nick. Like it's his baby. So I definitely don't want to like bring it up and kind of misutilize it. I want to learn a little bit more and kind of watch him and kind of see, how he really incorporates it, which I really haven't had an opportunity to do. So that's kind of why I haven't really brought it up. There you go. So it's working on Bitcoin. So yeah, you can see like your VWAP is right there where liquidity is, your point of control is. And then your previous weekly VWAP is right here at about 96.6. And then your actual weekly VWAP is right here at about 95.5. So yeah, I'm still kind of learning on how to actually incorporate it, to be honest with you. But that being said, the monthly VWAP looks pretty solid, right? You take away all the noise. Look at this purple line right here. You can see it has respected that area as resistance. We haven't really been able to get over top of it. We haven't had a true close over top of it in quite some time here. I'd say it's the 5th of February. So what, couple weeks? And then you can see, look, see, this is what I was talking about. It kind of lines up with the pivot. So I was looking at it when I was starting to kind of analyze it a little bit. I was like, all right, well, let's find some things that it kind of lines up with. You did see like this initial, I remember him talking about this, man, he wicked right off of it. Also in conjunction with the weekly pivot. So there's two things kind of lining up, gave you confluence. And I think that's just a nice thing to use it for right now, just to see if you can find any confluence. But there's just too much price action going on in here right now. and the trend is down and right, like it's really hard. I don't see it, how to really utilize it with all of this price action right now. Besides that, you can see it's acting as resistance. But again, we also have horizontals, point of control, some other things that are kind of lining up in that area. But we'll get Nick on here, man. He did say he's going to come back on. So we'll get him on here, let him break this puppy down for us. And, more learning the better. More learning the better. I'm going to take this down. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I've just been looking at the charts, messing around. Just kind of identifying some key levels. Not doing anything crazy. Bitcoin's pushing up a little bit. 95.8. Looking good. Looks like it wants to keep this level right now. So could be good. Could be good. Could get a little rebound here leading until tomorrow. So hopefully the markets act right. They don't open up red. Let me see what they did today. Just look at the SPX. SPX closed up. NASDAQ closed up. Man, these things are just unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Is that a high? That's a high, huh? Yeah, 6129 S&P. Unbelievable. Bro, I'll tell you what. S&P has just been rolling. Came down to the 0.5 and phew. Hey, I'll tell you what though, if you guys look at some of these like larger, oh sorry, you guys don't even see what I'm looking at right now. Look at some of the larger like tech stocks, as well as like the S&P and the NASDAQ. Y'all need to look at chart prime overlaid on some of those, and specifically the dynamic reactor. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Let's just do the S&P. That one was already loaded. God, why is my trading view so slow? Yeah, still live, Mike. I'm just chilling, man. I know Lunar's got to go live here in like 5-6 minutes, so I got to bounce probably just to free up the eCam for him. But so look at the dynamic reactor. This will be my last thing before I go. Spit you a little bit of alpha. If y'all get chart prime, you get the dynamic reactor. Look at this. Rah. Flip screen, 53%. Flip screen. Oh, didn't go. 53%. And so like these little downturns, like you'd be out here, not here. Now the thing is, you would get back in up here, but still, it would work out for you, right? And the thing is too, is like, it'll keep your exposure to the market or your risk kind of at, it'll kind of protect you in a sense. Like I say, the whole market turns around, right? And it turns around for an extended amount of time, which, as you can see, the S&P just doesn't do very often. But that being said, look at how you can just ride this dynamic reactor. Like this one, probably the historical is not going back right now. It's not loading, but it'd probably be from there to there. 53%. Man, that's a trend. It's like 53% every time. All right. That one's 40%. So then if something traumatic was happening to the market where it does pull back for whatever reason, and we get an extended downtrend, you'd be out. Like this one's not much, but it's something. You had a little move to the downside here. It's 12%. Nothing too crazy. I mean, ultimately, the smartest thing would be to just buy it and leave it. But if you are risk adverse or you want to minimize your exposure, you could get out every time that this thing flips purple and be fired, man. Works for the NASDAQ too. I went back and looked at it. You have another hour before I'm mad. Oh, I'm good? All right. I've been on for 2 hours. You guys probably are tired of hearing me. There's still 47 people watching. It's bananas. What's wrong with you people? Go to sleep. I love S&P. Yeah, dude. I mean, S&P 500, like, it's the tried and true. There's a lot of people, like, when I first got into investing, they're like, just invest in the S&P and let it run. Just keep DCAing into the S&P. Now, I didn't listen, of course, because I was stubborn. I invested in some, like, aggressive growth stocks, and I just kept DCAing into that, which have actually outperformed the S&P. But that's because my risk tolerance was higher. So it incorporated some of the tech stocks like Google, Apple, Microsoft, you know, all the big players. And so that was interesting to me, just being a nerd. But it's done really well. Really well. So only 6 p.m. in my time zone. Where you at, man? What? Oh, that's Kelly. Well, hello, Kelly. 6 p.m. Let me think. 9. So you are probably on the West Coast, yeah? California-ish, maybe? No, hold on. Because you're 2 hours behind. Cali's 2 hours behind. Where are you at? Alaska. I was about to say. Okay. Right on. Well, welcome. Thanks for visiting from Alaska. That's kind of cool. First time I've seen the chat. I got some time. I can look at a crypto of your choice. Pick one. Go for it. What else I got to do? Hot chocolate with some mini marshmallow sounds good right about now. Hell yeah. Is it snowing? Is it snowing where you're at, Mike? I know that the cold air was supposed to push down. I don't know how far down it went. I don't know. Let's see here. We're getting snow tonight. That's cool, man. I'm jealous. I'm not gonna lie. It just started, man. That's cool. I'm jealous. Very jealous. All right. We have snow, but it's been really warm, almost 40 degrees. So it's colder in Tennessee than it is in Alaska right now. Let that sink in. It's kind of wild. All set. Which price is best for long at render? So I just actually went over some good levels, I think, for render. Let's see here. Let's go back. I'll just point those out to you real quick since we just looked at them. So here you go. So we're looking at this. Right now, you got an area of support at about $4.17. And that's just a horizontal going back left on the chart, looking where you got price action off of that area. And you can see also you had both resistance or correction support and resistance, right? So, you know, that's an opportunity there. But if you want an area that, you know, is a little better, obviously it's better, you know, price wise, but in terms of like seeing actual price action off of it, where you see these wicks right here, which is showing you buying pressure, $3.52 or around $3.53 would probably be your better area. And I mean, you can see you had a pretty big breakdown off of that as well. And then it came down for a true retest, right? So that really tells me that that area is important. So I myself I've put an alert there. Now, again, I'm not gonna say it's going there, just to be perfectly transparent. That's kind of not how I do business. I will find these key areas that have, you know, something like this where I see these wicks that show buying pressure, just key areas, and I'll set notifications to let myself know when price action does come down there. So that's a couple levels you can look at for render. Cool. Suey. Let's see here. I can do Sui. TradeFly, I'm still east side. 10 feels weird still. F this Colby. Yeah, man. Get back to that west side, man. West side, best side. Isn't that what they said? All right, Sui. We can look at Sui. Bobian, what's up? Welcome to the chat. We need more music. Sorry, I'm going to have to replay some of this because I'm out. I'm out of tracks. Played them all out. All right. Let's do Sui. Actually, I should have that on my chart here already. Yeah, I like that. So key level for Sui, you can see you got a horizontal right here at $2.18, and then you have the golden pocket of the fib, really from a macro, right? So really this low before it took the high, pretty big move, right? Because that came all the way down to 46 cents, all the way up to sheesh, $5.83. So that's a big range, but you can see buying pressure came in, right? So people are looking at this area. You had both a horizontal level of resistance, which really was coming down for a retest, flip what was resistance into support. So, you know, that's kind of what you're seeing right now. But it looks like it wants to come down and retest that area again. So there could be an opportunity to get back in at that level at about, you know, anywhere between $2.50, $2.34. I think that would be, you know, prime area to look for at least some price action. Get a little bounce there. Overall, what you got to be careful with Sui right now is the trend is changing. All right, so you are starting to, I mean, you can see the trend was going down, lower highs, lower lows, but right here is what gets you a little nervous because now you are getting below this part of the range, right? So it could start working its way down, and you got to be careful. Is that continuation going to keep going down and right? You know, down to the platinum pocket, which probably, you know, it looks. This range looks pretty promising, at least to come back down and at minimum retest it to make sure that it's support. So keep an eye on that area. I say, you know, obviously a little range, but you could see some price action. I think you could see a little bounce in that area. But if it breaks down, so I would be, depends if you're trading or not. If you're in this for kind of the long term, you know, it just depends on your conviction. Don't be scared of, you know, taking some profits either. But, you know, if you're adding your bags, if you want some opportunities, right here is good. At the bottom here at the 786, kind of bottom part of this range, is probably your next opportunity. You can layer in on the way down. So it just depends on how you want to play the game here. I don't know. Yeah, so he looks flaccid. Yeah, ish. You know, we'll see. Like I said, if it breaks down and it starts building a range right here, not a big deal. If it loses that, then it gets weird. You're probably coming down to $1.64, which is really that's a big drop when you really think about it, depending on when you got in. Shoot, that's 47%. So that can get a little weird pretty quick. So you want it to hold up right in this area. Keep an eye on that. I would set an alert. I'm actually gonna do that myself. I have a little bit of Sui. This is a DCA thing for me though, so I'm not really too worried about it. I am gonna set an alert though, right? So that's kind of key there. You get under it. We call it the OC retest. So I don't know how long you've been here, or if you watched the channel much before, but one of the things you're not gonna want to see here is if it breaks down, right, and you get something that looks like this, comes back up. Retest, you see the oscillators kind of trending down and right, and then, sorry, right here, and then likely you might see it move down to that next level. All right, so keep an eye on that. That's one thing I'd be concerned with. But overall, when you zoom out and you really look at this, all is not lost. All right, right now your trend from a zoomed out perspective is actually still pretty bullish. All right, so it's not surprising to see a little bit of a pullback for SUI, just because it's had such a nice move to the upside. It had a lot of bullish momentum. See on the daily, I mean, our dynamic reactor is bending over, so it is basically alluding, hey, like the trend is changing. So be careful with that. You can see this thing has done pretty well. I mean, you're looking at a dynamic reactor, right? When it's purple, see the trend going down. See, this is green, trend is going up. Purple, trend is going down. Green, trend is going up. It is now leveling out. Looks like it's bending over, and it looks like it has changed purple. All right, so we are officially kind of starting, potentially a trend to the downside here. Now these do change, and as things consolidate, as projects kind of, have a little bit more, life in terms of historicals, you'll see sometimes it'll consolidate and you'll see it flip back and forth. So again, I think your key level right now for SUI is $2.36. That's going to tell you a lot where we're going to go in the, I'll say in the short term for SUI right now. So trend, let me see, let me put you a little trend line here. I mean, that's tough to even call that really the trend. That would actually be really, it's crazy to like think about it, but really that was where you had the most interaction, right? Look at how steep that is. That's crazy. That's more than 45 degrees. So it really kind of broke out to the downside. Now it's not great, to be honest, but opportunity is there for a bounce. I'll say that. But yeah, as you kind of look at it a little bit more, 4 hour negative, broke the trend. Definitely looks like it wants to come down here and retest this area. So 236, mark it on your chart. What is the name of the indicator you use at the bottom? Sweet. This is Chart Prime. All right. So Chart Prime is an indicator suite that we use on this show. And this right here is the Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. Now there's a lot more that goes with this one right here, but I take a lot of the stuff off. I basically like the oscillator itself, and then I like the True 7. So the True 7 is basically, it's like a combination of 7 different indicators, but it'll show you right here. You get to the top of the oscillator here, you see it kind of flip colors, and then you see the True 7 flash. That's alluding to potentially a reversal or the price like coming down in this case. And then you see the opposite here for the indicator right here, right? So you see how this is starting to bend back up. True 7's flashing. Could be an opportunity to see some upside movement just based on that. So the oscillator itself, though, is kind of RSI based, just so you have an understanding. If you're looking at RSI or relative strength index, that kind of lines up with this indicator. But this is a paid for indicator. So we got links down in the description. If you are interested in it, you can get a discount through our affiliate links. They're also a sponsor of the show. So OC, the guy that does our morning show, he's actually like one of their lead instructors. He's very much tied into Chart Prime. Army Piper, the other guy on the show, he's one of the instructors as well. And then I'm going to be doing some stuff for them, I think, with the chart hackers. So yeah, all of us have a lot of experience with Chart Prime. There's definitely, they have a back testing strategy as well. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Or the strategy, there you go. So you have a strategy tester as well. So this right here is really cool. Like you can go through and basically plug in, hey, how much leverage you're using, your trades, all that, and we'll back test whatever time frame that you come up with, which is, I think, a phenomenal tool. All right. So if you want to really figure things out, you want to figure out if your strategy is working or if this indicator is working, this is a way to do it. And, this will definitely speed up the process in terms of figuring things out. Let me go ahead and put that back. I use that all the time though. So like if you're trying to figure out if a strategy is effective, one of the things that I'll do is I'll test in both a downtrend and an uptrend, right? So, you can go to 2022, right? That's a downtrend, bear market, test your strategy and see if it works in the downtrend. And then isolate 2023, which was an uptrend, and then test your strategy in that. And then you got to find something that encompasses both like 2022 and 2023, and that will kind of let you know if your strategy works in both a downtrend and an uptrend. And that's very, very important when you're backtesting some of these strategies. So that's one thing I can, give you as a little piece of advice if you were to get the package here. But they've got all kinds of stuff. This is not even half of it. I take a lot of it off because it becomes overwhelming for the audience to see on the charts. But I'll pull this up right now, and you can see like all of this is turned off. So I only have the dynamic reactor on. That doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I mean, I have so much of this turned on. It has so much capability, and you find what works for you. Like obviously, there's prophecy, reversals. I mean, there is so much stuff. I'll turn some of it on, but you'll see what happens when I do. It gets to be too much for the people that are watching. So I try to tailor that down. But I'm telling you, it's got some really fire, uh, we'll say pieces to this indicator here. So it'll help you, like, finding some of the reversals and things of that nature. But I don't get too tied around those. I prefer to find resistance and support and value area highs, lows, things of that nature to kind of tie into it, vice just using the indicator itself. Because sometimes it's a little bit delayed in terms of, the reversals, buys and sells. I just prefer to find those things. I feel like we can find them quicker still. Uh, but yeah, and then you can do candle highlighting. It does all kinds of stuff. And basically, the candle highlighting will just show you the trend. So you'll highlight it, and instead of like the dynamic, you can use a dynamic reactor in correlation with it, but it'll show you the trend of the market as well, which is kind of cool. I'll tell you what I do like though, that I don't bring up very often on here. Let me put that down real quick. Is invite only. I got so many. All right. It's the Market Dynamics Pro. So this one's pretty cool too. All right, the Market Dynamics Pro, the thing that I like about that is when you go to these higher time frames. Let me see if it has it on SUI. Let's look at the daily. There you go. So the cool thing about the Market Dynamics Pro is it will actually identify some of these patterns for you, the channels and things of that nature. And when you have breakouts, it'll give you like smart targets, and it will like basically spoon feed you what you need here. Let's go to 4 hour, and let me actually set up some of the ranges here. So you got everything, man. Liquidity zones. I mean, there's so much here that again I have to turn off just because it's just too much to overlay on the chart. Let's go medium, small. Let's look at channels, enable targets, and cool. I think here, let's use buffer. So there you go. And this will really help. So it gives you, let me turn the channel off because I think that one's overlaid. See if that clears it up. Doesn't for some reason. There you go. All right, cool. So check this out. Love this. This right here, Market Dynamics Pro, is fire. Like there's a trader that he almost uses it exclusively. What it does is it'll identify the pattern for you and the breakout. So here you go right here. It tells you pattern break, and then it gives you a smart target. Where does it think it's going to go, right? It figures this out for you, and it hit. And it's really, it can be that simple. And you can set alerts based on that breakout, and you can trade based on it. I personally like the retest. So when I say that, I'm looking forward to break out of here, retest, and then that's when I look for the opportunity to go down. But I mean, you can literally set it. It'll give you the alert, say, "Hey, pattern break," and up to you if you want to take it down to the smart target. Now, what I like to do personally is I like to tie in resistance or support and resistance into that analysis, right? So what I do is I take the conservative of the two. So if you're going down to the smart target, and that is before where I see resistance, which I would say is really about here. You see some candle closes and some wicks showing you some buying pressure there. So we can just mark that on the chart real quick. All right. Actually, I'll have to do shift. There we go. Boom. Cool. So it's same. I mean, but the smart target was a conservative of the two, then I would have took the exit here. So, a little play here with a little bit of leverage. I mean, what do you got? It's actually it's a really nice move. 9%. Wouldn't even really need a leverage. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We use it pretty much exclusively here on the channel. It works really well. So, and it has a great community too. So you go in there, there's trading groups, they give you classes, they do all that. So that's kind of my pitch for Chart Prem there. But the oscillator is pretty fire. I like that. I've designed strategies around that oscillator as well as the dynamic reactor. So that's why I kind of leave those two up. Dynamic reactor is just helping you identify the trend. All right, you can see this right now. It's purple. So the market is trending down. I don't like to necessarily trade against the market or against the trend, especially if I'm scalping. So downtrend, cool. Scalp shorts, right? Uptrend, cool. Scalp longs. Really simple. But you'll notice that when you're taking trades that you're more effective when you're not fighting the trend. So you learn that over time. Did you say break down to 236? What does it mean? 236. Let me see here. So we were talking about, wasn't render. Is it Sui? Sui. I'll go back to you real quick. Oh, I'm on Sui. Yeah, $2.36. There you go. $2.36 is what I was looking at as I'm not saying it's going to go there, but if you want to add to the bags or look for some price action, I think $2.36 makes a lot of sense to kind of hang out and wait for some price action, if that makes sense. I think you'll see something. I think it's a line in the sand, really. When I'm looking at the price action, you're already retesting an area of support right now, current time frame. All right, this is an area of support. You want this to hold. If it doesn't hold, then it's going down to $2.36, most likely. So it comes down here, and now what you want to see is it hold above this area, right? You want to see it consolidate above this area. Price action stays up here. If it doesn't and it breaks down and you get what we call a retest of 236 to the downside, then you're looking for a short down to this area at about $1.06. So I would look for a bounce though here initially. So it depends on what you're doing. All right. So when I say look for a bounce, then I'm really talking about scalping or an intraday type trade. Okay. So smaller time frames, that means you get in, you get out. All right. So the price action comes down, gets a bounce, and you take a quick play. So what would that look like? Let's get rid of some of this stuff so I can explain this to you. What's going to happen as it consolidates in this area, right? You're going to build up liquidity right here. So I can't look at the liquidation heat map on SUI. Unfortunately, it's more for some of the larger cap projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum. But what's going to happen is liquidity is going to build up down here. So what you would look for is kind of something like this, right? So this will be kind of the area I explain it to you with, but just understand that we're really talking about down here. But I need the price action to show you what I'm talking about. So what's going on right here, right? You have support, very clear support here and here, and it comes back down to those areas. So what's likely happened with SUI is you have an area of liquidity. So let me do a little trend line. All right, so there's your area of support right there. Let's get all this stuff off so it's not plugging it up. All right, let's get rid of that. Cool. So right here is where your liquidity zone will start. So liquidity is, you're talking about leveraged positions, stop losses. So people that got in right here set like their stop loss right there. And look, these positions right here will get liquidated as well, right? So if you took a leveraged long position, it came down to this price area, the position would potentially get liquidated. That's where liquidity is sitting. Right here, comes down, takes the liquidity, grabs it, reestablishes the range very quick. All right, so when it comes down, takes this liquidity, and then reestablishes the range with a retest. All right, you see that. See this retest right here? So price comes up, comes back down, retest this area. That's an opportunity to take a long position. Now it's short-lived. All right, it came up, but I mean, let's measure it. Let's say that you didn't get in until right here, right? This is the more likely area for you to get in. Once it breaks right here, some people wait for this as well. Got that right there. It breaks. Take a long. All right. I mean, even if you would have took it up to that area, that's 21. Let's even say you waited it out, stayed in it until it hit the dynamic reactor. It's still 12%. I mean, I wouldn't have done that, but really, when you would have taken this long position, what you would have done is, let's take a long. You would have been below the wick right here. Your stop loss would have been below the wick. All right, because that's typically how you set it up. And then you take it up, you know, that it's not even a good risk to reward, to be honest with you. But you could have took a spot or took a shot at it right there. But again, you want to protect yourself with a stop loss below. So, but you know, that's what you're going to look for down here. All right, so again, you'll look for something similar where you see a wick down, reestablish the range, bullish candle, and then you look for the move up. So $2.36, good area. Right now, you're at an area of support. So you want this to hold. Let's look at this real quick on the daily. I just want to see what the oscillator is doing on the daily. Music. You guys got to remind me. All right, question. What chart prime indicator has liquidity and heat map? I have the paid version of chart prime. Thank you, TradeFly. I don't use it for liquidity. And I'll tell you why. So chart prime, when it is finding you the liquidity zones on the chart, it's doing it based off of the chart. It's not truly bringing in liquidity from external sources. So when you're looking at the liquidation heat map, this is why I always use that in conjunction with. So if you guys are new, which it seems like there's a few of you guys that aren't typically here, I'm using this chart because this is pulling data from the exchanges. This is showing you where liquidity is sitting at on exchanges. All right. So this is what I'm talking about when I say, hey, there's leverage positions. There is stop losses sitting here. All right. So the chart prime indicator trading view will not let them bring that data into the indicator on TradingView. I've already asked the devs, the people that code the actual indicator itself, and they can't do it. They used to be able to, but now they can't. So that's why I always have to refer to this chart. Otherwise, dude, if I could get rid of this chart and I could just have a one-stop shop all day, baby, I'd be doing that all day. So, but unfortunately, it's just the way it is. So we're like the kids in the library. Found a good book and lost track of time. LBC is not live, is he? He said 10 o'clock? I'm just looking. Markets after dark. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you said 10. But when you say 10, are you saying 10 Eastern? All right, cool. I'm good. I'm good. Appreciate you, Mike. I should know this, right? I should be telling you. I should be telling you this. 10 real time. I got you. I'm Central Time right now. I'm out in Texas. Giddy up. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. I think I about beat it up. But hey, I appreciate you guys for stopping by, especially you that are new. Vobian and Kelly, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. If you don't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. We are trying to grow here, and hopefully you learned something. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. All set. Appreciate you hanging out. Retro Mike, I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Harp, Dallas sucks. I agree with that. NFC Beast, baby. Let's go. All right. I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Trade safe. Be safe. Later.
Welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rockin' charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.